Hey, it's Cassie from Curry Honda in Chicopee. You're listening to the Bax and Nagle podcast on Rock 102. Come see us at Curry Honda for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience the best at Curry Honda. Thanks for listening.
Rock, it's 5:51, and Pink Floyd with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 56. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 62. 37 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Let's see. Jim Carrey. We don't do enough stories about him, do we?
We don't.
He's in talks to star in a live-action movie adaptation of the classic cartoon series The Jetsons, potentially playing the role of George.
Really? I thought he was retired.
I thought he was, too. The film, well, you know how that goes. Well, we've been saying Motley Crue is on their final tour for the 15th time. Jim Carrey is on his last role for the 20th time.
I expected much less from him.
The film, set up at Warner Brothers, would be Carey's first leading role since his retirement announcement in 2022. Colin Trevorrow is in talks to direct the movie, with Joe Epstein potentially writing the script, offering a new take on the futuristic family in the year 2062. The original animated series featured the Jetson family, which included George, Jane, Elroy, and Judy, and aired for 75 episodes. It was a great true crime documentary.
I don't remember many crimes being committed on that show. There was some mistreatment of Rosie the robot, but that's about it.
But in the opening credits, Jane takes most of the money and leaves him with scraps. And she goes shopping.
Is it a crime to leave George, like outdoors, screaming, "Jane, get me out of this crazy thing"?
Maybe. I don't know.
That really criminal?
What do you think Jane does in the future? Does she sell? Does she do the sales on Facebook?
Probably. I was going to guess maybe like an Instagram influencer or something.
Like a pyramid scheme kind of thing. Would you like to buy my makeup?
Who's playing her, by the way?
Doesn't say.
I mean, not to be sexist or anything, but it's in the cartoon world. I mean, Jane Jetson was not too bad. And
who would you expect to play that role?
Who would play Jane, his wife? It's a good question.
I think Zooey Deschanel. That would be a good.
She's quite fetching.
You could fix her hair up to look like Jane's.
I wouldn't mind that.
What about?
I was thinking more like a Margot Robbie or something like that.
Yeah, I know. Margot Robbie. She's too good looking. You got to get like a mid. You got to get a mid.
Zooey Deschanel is not mid. She's as pretty as any other girl. Just needs the nose job.
Yeah, I know, but I mean when you're right. But when you're comparing them to people like Margot Robbie.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Not that anybody's listening to us what the cast of the new Jetsons movie should be.
If they had asked us, we probably would have said, please, no Jetson movie.
Kevin Federline, ex-husband of Britney Spears, is in the spotlight ahead of the release of his book, You Thought You Knew. Federline expressed concerns about Britney's well-being and their children in an interview, prompting a response from Britney accusing him of gaslighting and financial motives. Britney criticized Federline's portrayal of their relationship and parenting, emphasizing her love for her children and desire for self-determination. The dispute highlights ongoing conflicts in Britney's life, challenging the distorted portrayal of her as a mother and individual. What is he like in dire need of money that he said, you know what, I'm going to write, after all this time, I'm going to write this book now that the gravy train has been cut off.
I had accidentally seen an interview with him. I don't know, it was like Entertainment Tonight or something like that.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like he's doing this as a shameless money grab. But I'm sure he's doing this as a shameless money grab.
Of course he is. Why else would you do that?
Well, he says, he's got kids to raise, and believe it or not, he has limited earning potential.
And now he needs to step up to the plate and be a dad with income by suing his mother.
That's right.
Or exposing his mother.
I think people are not only surprised that he's written the book, I think people are surprised that he can write a book.
I was thinking that too. Like, really, because this looks like the kind of kid who would copy somebody else's English essay and hand it in and say it was his own.
Well, that's right.
Charlie Sheen recently revealed that he has had sex with men in an effort to 2.5 men.
He's had at least two.
In an effort to address rumors and extortion attempts that have plagued him for years. In a candid interview, Sheen expressed relief at no longer hiding this aspect of his life and compared himself to iconic figures like Richard Pryor and Marlon Brando. Sheen admitted that living in fear of being exposed took a toll on him and that coming clean was a liberating experience. He shared that his experimentation with men occurred during his drug addiction days, and he addressed this revelation in his recent Netflix documentary and memoir.
Yeah, but that whole Corey Feldman thing is a lie, right, Charlie?
Did he say it was a lie?
He said it's there's nothing true about it.
Oh, but we're supposed to believe Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, because Charlie's on the really on the up and up.
Listen, who among us hasn't had like 10 lines of Coke and then some tea bags for the afternoon? Who hasn't done that? I mean, really, that was in my days.
Yeah, right. Listen, I'm sure Charlie is known for making a series of bad decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows, what kind of crazy situations he found himself in.
And before anybody judges me, I cut back on the Coke.
Because, I don't like the negative judgment.
Yeah. But I love the tea. The tea is delicious.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, the sleepy time tea, that's a good one.
After a long, hard day of avoiding scandal, I just want to curl up to a nice cup of tea.
When you got those 2 clackers on your face like goggles. But I don't do as much Coke anymore.
No, I had to cut back.
Yeah.
It's not healthy.
A woman died in apparent suicide outside of Disney's Contemporary Resort in Florida, according to the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Reports suggested she was struck by a monorail were deemed erroneous? How do you say it? Erroneous.
Erroneous.
Yeah, but it doesn't have that IONOUS thing.
Well, maybe it's misspelled.
Well, either way, the incident occurred. This is a horrible story about a woman. There was once a woman at Disney World who committed suicide. It happens.
I thought it was the happiest place in the world.
Unless you're at the Contemporary being hit by a monorail.
Yeah, that can happen.
Kim Kardashian was seen wearing a boot for her ankle.
Really?
While relaxing on the sidelines of a soccer game.
She was had something to say.
Oh my God, the last time I had a sock boot was when Ray J mouth slapped the Buster Browns and French kissed my work boot tongue in that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95.
Kaylin?
I never got that down and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but I once waded waist deep into the sushi bog. It was like shampooing Ben Kingsley.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is I sent Telly Savalas into the the panty parfait parlor. Who loves you, gravy? Do you love it?
I do love it.
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
See, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And now we're done. And that's your Hollywood Trash on Rock 102.
Go to 2 Springfield's Classic Rock. It's just about 6:13 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 56. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 62. It's 37 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hell of a show today. Scott Zolak, brought to you by Window World of Western Mass, will be joining us after 8 o'clock. There's lots of Patriot stuff to talk about with him today. And also comedian T.J. Miller coming to comics at Mohegan Sun starting tonight throughout the weekend with our pal Brian Plum. So that's coming up after 7 o'clock this morning.
All right. We're going back to the moon. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
American astronauts returning to the moon as part of NASA's Artemis program will aim to establish a permanent human lunar settlement. Researchers at the University of Arizona suggest that astronauts landing on the moon's south pole could collect samples to uncover the moon's origins. New research proposes a theory for the moon's cratered far side, with the South Pole Aitken Basin playing a key role. NASA's Artemis 3 mission planned for 2027 aims to land astronauts at the moon's South Pole to contribute to establishing a permanent lunar settlement.
Now, this settlement, will it be rent-controlled?
Well, I don't know about that.
I mean, 'cause I wouldn't want to you commit to a lease only to find out that the whoever is the landlord is going to jack up the lease. And let's say I wanted to go to the moon. I found a settlement, but I had to live with 2 women in order to live there.
I'm not sure this is a trailer park in Ludlow, raising the rent so high that you have to be muscled out.
Well, it's going to start off as like a trailer park, really. And then they're going to put like high-rise condos on the moon, the first week out. It's going to take time.
What do you think? What do you think? A Starbucks will be a good first restaurant up there?
I'd like to see a Starbucks. I'd like to see a Chipotle. I'd like to see, at least a good breakfast joint.
Yeah. You started it. You caught my attention with the guy living with the 2 girls on the 2 astronauts.
Yeah, right.
3 astronauts.
3 astronauts. 2 of them are women. But in order for the one guy to even stay on the moon, he's got to convince the landlord that he has no interest in these 2 women. That his interests lie elsewhere.
There's like a head manager at Houston,
right,
saying, "Hey, better no hanky panky up there in space."
Meanwhile, he's got his wife in the background saying, "Oh, Stanley."
I don't know if you saw the video I did yesterday about the true crime documentary.
I did see that, yes.
With the Three's Company thing. It takes people a couple of minutes to figure it out.
It took me very little to figure it out.
But only because we've been talking about it.
Yes.
You might. There was the people that were commenting were like, "Oh, it was Three's Company all along." Wait till you see the one I do about different strokes.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
It is kind of weird that this rich guy is just giving and giving. And hey, I'll keep you safe from the world. You stay here in my tower of richness.
The sitcoms of the late 70s, early 80s all required a certain suspension of disbelief. Like, for example, can you imagine a situation where, I don't know, some alien comes from space in an egg, and he winds up living with this really beautiful woman in Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah.
And he can, he's bananas. He's got
zany, wacky, zany dude.
He's stealing material left and right, and getting all the laughs and taking all the credit. Meanwhile, you got this beautiful woman who is not even charging him rent. I don't even get it.
She was pretty good looking.
Pam Dauber was absolutely she was.
Yeah.
But you had to suspend your disbelief in order to even remotely relate to that scenario at all.
You know what the funny thing is? I've been watching, because I don't know, whenever I get into something, I'm into it. Mm-hmm. It's kind of waning now, like the interest in the Three's Company thing. I'm getting kind of tired of watching it now.
Well, because now you're into the later years.
Well, I'm into the later years, and I'm also like, how can these people be so stupid? Like, really, every single time there is a misunderstanding. Like, haven't you been trained enough over the course of, 8 years that you're doing this show that, hey, you know what? Maybe I should ask a question so I don't end up in this silly situation. And
well, are you suggesting that Three's Company was based on some sort of continual formula?
Yeah, well, it should have been. They should have grown as characters and all matured at some point, obviously realizing, hey, we're kind of idiots here. Everything that we say, nobody asks any follow-up questions, and we just assume that this was the scenario, and here we are being tortured by something that could have been solved simply by asking an alternate question.
Well, there was some development on the show. There was actually quite a lot of development.
What happened?
Chrissy moved away.
Yeah.
The Ropers decided to expand their real estate possibilities and left that property in the hands of Ralph Furley. And of course, Jack Tripper eventually did graduate from culinary school, started working at the bistro with Mr. D'Angelo.
And then he got his own restaurant, and he married the chick from the restaurant.
I don't know how that happened because he apparently was gay. I don't. What's going on over there?
Hey, and he still escaped that all the way up until the last episode.
Yeah. Like, no, we're dumbfounded.
By the way, Mr. Furley was a bad landlord. He would never fix anything.
I know, he wasn't very good.
Well, I mean, but how did that place stay so nice if he wasn't even taking care of anything?
He probably had a cleaning lady.
I guess so.
Maybe Aunt B came over from Mayberry to pick up his place.
I don't know, but either way, I'm getting kind of tired of it now, so I'll have to move on to a new, I don't know, Bewitched looks pretty good. I've
Bewitched
seen,
is good, but I mean it's got it lags after a while. Once they got the new Darren in there, it was never quite the same.
I've seen all of the Brady Bunches. I don't need to rehash that.
Partridge Family. Now that was a good show.
I like Reuben Kincaid.
That Danny was a real caution.
Oh, he was a little scamp.
And don't get me started on Susan Day. Whew, ain't nothing wrong with that.
She was a good looking.
Yeah, Laurie Partridge was like that's where puberty began for me.
Well, see, that's where it began for you. My puberty began on the Susan Day L.A. Law years.
Yeah, no, I can understand that too.
Yeah, that's where I preferred her to be in legal briefs. If you know what I'm saying.
This is going to sound weird, and this is kind of getting off topic, slightly. But I think the first time I noticed a woman on TV that I found to be quite fetching was Batgirl.
Oh, Julie Newmar.
No, that's Catwoman.
Oh.
Batgirl. Not when she was not in the Batgirl costume. At that point, I could care less. But something about that costume, Batgirl, that completely changed the world for me.
Well, who doesn't like a chick in a bat costume?
I'm telling you. Batgirl.
You ever spread the bat wings on somebody?
No. Well, I mean, not at that age. I was probably a little too young. Probably couldn't have done anything, even if I had the opportunity to be with Batgirl.
What was her name? Do you remember? Let's see. Batgirl.
Batgirl. I should know this. It would have been. Yes. That was that it? Yeah, Yvonne Craig. That's what it was. Yvonne Craig. I don't know why. I can't tell you why.
Yeah,
just something about Yvonne Craig.
Yeah, she looked much better in the suit.
Much better in the suit. Not terrible out of the suit, but, I wasn't really thinking in terms of how can I get her out of the suit.
But Julie Newmar, Julie Newmar was pretty good looking in the cat suit.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Batman wants some pussy cat.
There's always sexual tension between Batman and Catwoman. There's always a sexual tension between her and Adam West, and I never figured out. Well, if she's a criminal and you're a Cape Crusader, where does that sexual tension come from? It never made any sense to me.
Well, I mean, how much free time do you really get when you're out fighting crime all the time? You don't really have a lot. You're hanging out with that boy all the time, the boy Wonder.
Yeah, right.
And
and Alfred's no treat.
No, he's no. Yeah, that's all you got to look at all day. You don't think that he's down on OnlyFans in the Bat Lab?
I don't know. All I know is sliding up and down that bat pole all the time.
Yeah.
All that friction, all that slipperiness.
Well, that's where Robin gets into Batman's magazines every once in a while.
Holy hustler, Batman.
Holy penthouse letter, Batman. What does this mean? I don't like the word moist. Gives me the creeps.
It's 6:22 on Rock 102.
Shop 30, click.
It's 6:25 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast, because Liam's lazy today, is going to be. No, he just didn't get it to us in time. Where is it? Mix of sun and clouds. High of 56. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 62. It's 37 right now in downtown Springfield.
The Demented FX Haunted House is an immersive, interactive, and haunted attraction featuring 20,000 square feet of giant monsters, Hollywood-quality sets and props, with hair-raising sound design, video, and Rock 102 wants to get you in to see it. All this week, Pat Kelly will have your chance to win a pair of tickets to head to rock102.com. Enter your chance to win a 4-pack of VIP tickets. I don't know what the VIP tickets get you, but I hear it's nice. Anyway, you got to listen to Pat all this week from Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
That's the only downside.
Yeah, the upside is you have a chance to win a 4-pack. The bad side is you got to endure Pat.
Are you ready to laugh?
Yes.
Let's laugh.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day.
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you.
On Rock 102.
I make you laugh.
Springfield's Classic Rock.
Well, since we're into the close to Halloween season, why are demons and ghouls always together?
I don't know.
Because demons are a ghoul's best friend. Wacky Halloween style here at the Bax and Nagle Show.
6:29 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news. It's brought to you by Gary Rome Hyundai. Technicians get up to a $5,000 sign-on bonus right now. Learn more at GaryRomeHyundai.com/family. His local radio icon, Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. The Supreme Judicial Court in Massachusetts has ruled that Kenneth Santana Rodriguez, charged with first-degree murder in the January 2023 shooting at the Holyoke Mall, can argue self-defense at his trial. Santana Rodriguez is accused of killing Trung Tran, a innocent bystander who was working at the Touch of Beauty salon when the shooting occurred. The incident happened during an altercation between Santana Rodriguez and another individual, Irving Sanchez. One of the big questions in the cases revolves around the transferred intent. Transferred intent works where if you go to shoot at one person intending to kill them and hit another person, your intent to kill the first person is transferred to the second person, said Dan Hagan, defense attorney for Santana Rodriguez. And the question with this case, does your defense or self-defense also transfer? The court's decision allows Santana Rodriguez to prevent a self-defense argument which could influence the outcome of the trial. However, even if the jury accepts this defense, he could still face a conviction for involuntary manslaughter. Trung Tran's death has been a significant event for the community as he was not involved in the altercation and was merely at his place of work when the shooting took place.
That's an interesting question, though. I mean, if you're defending yourself
and you accidentally
kill somebody, an innocent victim, is it still self-defense? That's interesting. I mean, it's tragic. I'm just saying it's an interesting argument.
It is an interesting argument, but it's also like, okay, well, you went to a place where you were holding a firearm and concealing one and almost kind of looking for a fight.
Well,
in a way.
Defending yourself if you get you're properly licensed.
Licensed?
Well, you gotta like a permit to carry. You know. You don't want to go into any shopping situation unarmed.
The Holyoke Police Department announced that on Tuesday afternoon they arrested a suspect they accused of being a porch pirate from residents' homes. Arr, matey! The Amazon has made its prime delivery. Where are we going to next?
Ooh, these scallywags have left all these Amazon packages on their doorstep. It's time to swing in and steal them.
On October 1st, the police responded to a home on Hampden Street for a report of package thefts. Police then identified 49-year-old Juan Coriano as a suspect. A warrant was issued for his arrest shortly after. Then on Tuesday, police received information from a post on social media with a photo allegedly of the suspect stealing packages again in the Sargent Street area of the city. Officers eventually found Coriano in the area of Hampshire and Maple Streets where he was placed under arrest. He's now charged with larceny, but probably back out to steal another package again today.
But what if you steal something you don't need? You wasted your effort. You've clearly upset somebody who was waiting for something. But let's say I got a whole bunch of brassieres. Well, I don't wear a brassiere, and it's not my wife's size, so now I got a bunch of brassieres. I got nothing to show for it.
Brassieres? What are you
getting? Anything. It could be, I don't know, like Midol or Pamprin to help me with my menstrual cramping.
Oh, is that what you use that for?
Well, I mean, I guess, but I mean, what am I going to do with it?
Yeah, I guess you're right. There really isn't much to do with it, is there?
I mean, it's what somebody else wanted. So why are you stealing that? Why don't you get something that you want? Something that's going to make you happy.
A wereman was arrested for allegedly stealing a bike belonging to a 13-year-old girl and her 9-year-old brother. After an investigation last week, police found Corky Shipper of Ware with a bike and arrested him.
Corky
Shipper. That does sound like a bike thief, doesn't it?
It really does.
It's Corky Shipper, the bike thief.
Well, that title's going to follow him forever.
After that, officers returned the bike to the girl. Police are investigating whether Corky stole the bike himself, which could bring additional charges. Well, how many bikes are just laying on the streets of Ware?
30, 40, whatever it takes.
Right? I don't know.
Yeah, this looks like a job for Bob the Bike Man.
Corky.
Bad
Corky. Yeah, that's what Bob the Bike Man says to him. Corky.
You're a very bad boy, Corky.
Bikes are for the kids that can't afford the bikes.
You put those bikes down.
I'll give you a unicycle. How about that? I told you.
I'll give you something to pedal about.
There used to be a guy who rode on a unicycle through Russell.
Yeah.
And he was able to carry a 12-pack in his hand while he was doing it. I thought that was probably the most.
That's pretty impressive. That's like circus type stuff.
Yeah, it's very quite the display of agility to be able to carry a 12-pack of Natty Daddies and ride a unicycle at the same time.
There was a guy who was riding a unicycle in my old neighborhood in East Longmeadow, and he would ride up and down the street. And I don't know how you feel when you see somebody on the unicycle. My first reaction was, "Oh wow, look at that douchebag on the unicycle."
Well,
I mean, is that harsh? Is that wrong for me to say?
I think it kind of might be. I mean, the ability to have the ability to do that, to balance yourself on such a unstable piece of equipment, that takes some time and practice and to do all that. But to use that as a form of transportation, it's not like, hey, I got this unicycle. Let me show you some tricks in my driveway.
Yeah.
Like as a conversation. It's not like you go over somebody's house and they're like, oh, you can play the piano? Yeah, well, let me play a few numbers for you. It's the same thing. You go over somebody's house. Oh, you got a unicycle? Yeah, let me show you some tricks here in my driveway. This guy is using it to run errands and do other activities throughout the day.
I look at a guy riding a unicycle as like an attention-starved, narcissist. I mean, anyone you ride a bike on the street, no one cares. No one looks at you twice. Yeah. You're a bike, big damn deal. But you see a guy on a unicycle. Yeah. That's a guy telling everybody, "Hey, look at me, everybody. I'm on a unicycle." What that guy doesn't realize is everybody across the street saying, "Hey, everybody, look at that guy. He's a douchebag on a unicycle."
Listen, if you can juggle while riding the unicycle, I'll have a little bit more respect.
Well, then you charge tickets. Yeah. Now, that's different. This is a guy just riding on the street in a unicycle. He thinks he's hot stuff. Everyone else thinks he's a douchebag. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. These electric bikes and the electric scooters these kids ride.
Yeah.
Pretty dangerous. I almost clipped a kid Saturday. I parked in Westfield, and I always look before I open the door. But out of nowhere, this kid comes zipping up on the side, and you didn't even hear him. You couldn't even hear him. He came right around the corner, didn't even look, didn't even stop at the intersection, just went right through.
And he didn't have baseball cards in the spokes or anything?
No, you can't hear them. That's how silent they are. This is the I was saying about how these are good burglary tools, because if you break into somebody's car in the middle of the night,
right,
grab your stuff and then get on one of those things, nobody would even know you were there.
Probably true.
Yeah. One woman is recovering after being hit by a car while using the crosswalk in the area of Noble Street in Westfield over the weekend. Western Mass News spoke with two Westfield residents who saw the whole thing unfold. Police confirmed that the accident happened around 1:30 p.m. on Saturday. They said that the car was at a red light and went into turn right on red, not seeing a woman who was in a motorized wheelchair using the crosswalk. The woman was then taken to Bay State Hospital. Western Mass News spoke with Westfield sisters Kylie and Autumn Dolan, who witnessed the crash firsthand. They told Western Mass News they were at the right-hand stoplight when they saw the woman get hit and immediately put their hazards on and jumped out of the car to check on her. Well, I'm glad somebody didn't just drive away.
Yeah. Well, it's
the Dolan Sisters. It sounds like a musical group at a Westfield. It's the Dolan Sisters from Westfield.
Yes, it does. Like the Andrews Sisters or whatever.
They're with their brand new album, Get Out of My Crosswalk.
Get out of my crosswalk. Get out of my crosswalk. I'm going to run you over.
The Dolan Sisters. It sounds like the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy, but it's Get Out of My Crosswalk. The Dolan Sisters also told Western Mass News the lesson they hope folks can take away from the tragedy. A text isn't worth it. Fixing your hair or makeup isn't worth it. And you're not the only person on the road, so you're not the only person to think about. First responders said it's not uncommon for accidents to occur in that particular area of Westfield, likely due to the amount of foot traffic going by. This has anything to do with this particular story, but there are people who, I understand that pedestrians have the right of way when they're in that crosswalk, but you also, as a pedestrian, have a responsibility to make sure that there is no traffic coming either way. Yes, people can be jerks and go through the crosswalk.
Right.
And hopefully they'll suffer a consequence from that. But for you to just nonchalantly walk out and not even look both ways, that drives me nuts.
Like in Northampton, they do that.
Northampton is the biggest offender of that around the area to do it. They just walk right out like, oh, you're supposed to stop for me. Didn't you see the crosswalk that's painted on the sidewalk?
But if a car is traveling at 20 miles an hour, and he's like 10 feet away from the crosswalk, and you
let the car go.
You let the car go. You shouldn't cross. Listen, you shouldn't cross any intersection without it being safe to do so.
But people don't understand that.
I know. They think they own they think they own those crosswalks, those pedestrians.
This is my crosswalk.
That's right.
It's in my town. No, you're gonna get it. No. Ludlow Veterans Services Center is holding a food drive to make sure all of our veterans are getting a Thanksgiving dinner this year. The center is asking for donations of standard Thanksgiving foods, specifically stuffing mix, canned cranberry sauce, gravy, bagged marshmallows, boxed cornbread, and various dessert items. Marshmallows. If you'd like to help, the drop-off location is at the Ludlow Veterans Center at 487 Holyoke Street. Anytime before November 12th. It's spelled Streert. Street.
That's wrong, right?
I believe it is, unless they started spelling them different in Ludlow. Well, I guess they had the misprint on the side of the trash can. They said we might as well do it with all the streets around here.
It's the same printing company.
Street. Holyoke Street. No, it's a good idea to help out these veterans who need
especially the ones who live in Ludlow, Massachusetts.
And, just because we do the thing for the open pantry, when we collect donations, it doesn't necessarily have to be Thanksgiving themed because the food is meant to go all year long or as far as it can.
Yeah, because Thanksgiving is like the day after the Mayflower Marathon. So if you collect 5 or 6 trucks of food, it ain't all going to get used on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's true. So just keep that in mind when you're collecting donations for it.
Right.
Yeah. A Russian cosmetologist has gone viral on social media after claiming she changed her eye color during pregnancy so her baby would be born with a new eye color. That's not how that works.
That's not how genetics operates.
Various procedures such as artificial iris implants and laser treatments can change eye color. The cosmetologist believed her DNA would rearrange itself to reflect her altered eye color, leading to a blue-eyed daughter. The public mocked her claims, with one person joking about learning to pass it on from their children, to pass it on to their children from birth.
They're really that stupid?
Yeah. Remember the whole thing in science class where you did the whole which kid is likely to have the blue eyes versus the genes and the chromosomes.
Yeah, that whole grid thing.
Yeah. Did nobody pay attention to that?
Actually, I didn't pay much attention to it, but even I knew that you can't change your DNA simply because you change the color of your eyes or even the color of your hair.
No.
If you're a blonde and you dye your hair black, it doesn't mean your kid's going to have black hair. You're probably going to get a blonde-headed kid.
I don't know.
That's the way the world works, dude.
I don't know how it works. I have no idea. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 56. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 62. You're looking at 37 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Yeah.
GG to Springfield's Classic Rock at 6:50. And Alice Cooper with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
Mix of sun and clouds with a high of 56. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 62. It's 37 right now in downtown Springfield.
So tonight's the big night, Mayflower Marathon Comedy Night, the Armory at MGM Springfield. It's brought to you by Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements and Aquapump. It's a night of laughs, and still tickets are available to help support and benefit the Open Pantry. Tom Cotter is your headliner tonight, along with you and I and Corey G. Going to be a lot of laughs. Got a limited number of Mayflower Marathon Thunderbird hockey jerseys for sale for just $20. They're wicked cool. And you got the silent auction, great prizes from MGM, the Thunderbirds, and more. Plus, Dave Miner will be matching any cash donations tonight up to $2,500. That's very, very generous. So we're certainly going to take cash donations as well. Tickets are on sale at rock102.com. And again, all the profits, every dime that gets donated to the Mayflower Marathon and to the Open Pantry. It's the Mayflower Marathon Comedy Night tonight from Dave Miner, Aquapump, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
That Dave Miner is quite the generous dude.
He's ridiculously generous. Yeah. Like that, he just keeps giving and giving.
I can't even joke. I was going to say, what has that guy ever done for anybody?
He's done a lot for everybody.
A lot for everybody, and we're thankful that we have these folks like Aquapump and Dave Miner and who else?
All the listeners that are involved.
Listeners
MGM is involved, too.
MGM is involved.
Yes.
Tom Cotter's involved. And all of this money goes to the Open Pantry, which is in desperate need of your donations, especially this year, due to the influx, if you will, of the food insecurity numbers in this area.
It just gets worse. And, we've talked about it over the years. A couple of years ago we said, 1 in 3, and that seemed to be impossible. Then it was all of a sudden 2 out of every 5. Well, now it's 54%. And I'm terrible with fractions and all that, but that's more than half of everybody here has some level of food insecurity. Some people, don't take advantage of services. Many do, and those that do understand it very, very well. It's not about being homeless or unemployed. It's sometimes being, underemployed, or you find yourself in a lot of debt because of health issues or caring for somebody in your family. Whatever it can be. There's all kinds of circumstances that can lead to it. So keep that in mind. It could be your neighbor or a friend, a coworker. It might even at one point be you. So keep that in mind as you help the Mayflower Marathon and the Open Pantry.
6-7. The 6-7 meme has taken social media by storm, with Gen Alpha at the forefront of the trend. While some believe it originated from a U.S. rapper's lyrics, others attribute its popularity to a kid shouting 6-7 in a basketball game video. Multiple days. However, this is the real danger.
The danger?
This goes back. I'll tell you what they're worried about. However, the true meaning behind the term may have darker connotations, potentially linked to police codes like 10-6-7 for a dead body. The meme's interpretation remains open to speculation, with various theories circulating online. This is exactly the Congress back in the 80s are like, there's satanic messages in those Judas Priest albums. Did you hear what they're saying? They're talking about breaking the law.
If you spin it backwards, you can break your needle.
Yeah, if you spin it backwards, you can hear a bunch of garbage from Judas Priest. I
forgot what song it was. There's a B-52 song.
Yeah.
That if you play it backwards, you can hear Fred Snyder saying, "Oh no, you're playing your record backwards.
Is there really?
Turn back, you'll ruin your needle."
That's actually pretty cool.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Absolutely hilarious. I forgot what song it is, but it's really funny. Bouncing Off the Satellites is the name of the record.
Maybe it's, so it wasn't Love Shack.
No. It was the album before it, I think.
It's always funny when I see people, like, there's some group out there that got, no, there's got to be something nefarious about this 6-7 thing. And sure enough, it could be like a police. There's not even like any kind of link directly to it.
There's not even a story here.
This could be like a police code for 10-6-7 for a dead body.
Or look how we butchered 420.
I know, yeah. 420 was a popular one, and wasn't that some police code? It was
a police code for marijuana.
Was that true though, or was that one of those urban legends?
I think that was true. That's where it came from.
Who knows?
I have no idea.
Comes to be, but I always find it funny when people get all, "Oh my God, these kids! What does it mean? We'll just make up something. It means a dead body."
I didn't send you this one, but because it wasn't all that funny, but it's just interesting. We're talking about it. I sent you a couple of days ago some AI generated videos,
I did see those, yeah.
And some of them were hilarious. But one of the ones I saw was Bob Ross painting a 6-7.
Oh, well, there you go.
And
see,
happy little trees and a 6-7, and that was it.
This AI thing is bad. It's not good.
But you know what? The one that I sent you was pretty damn funny.
I saw a baby doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah, that wasn't good. But the one I sent you was Stephen Hawking and Helen Keller in a wrestling match, and Helen Keller was jumping off the ropes and missing Stephen Hawking by quite a few feet. Like, she wasn't even close. Like, I don't even think she had any idea that she was in a ring and that there was an opponent anywhere around her.
Hey, that's another, speaking of Helen Keller, that's another one of them conspiracy theories, that none of that was real, that her parents just made it all up.
And she could see and hear the entire time?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, there was a Family Guy episode of that where she's like talking to amongst her friends at the table. Oh my God, here's the headmaster. Do your thing, Helen. And she's like, do.
It's 6:57 on Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Outdoor Power Headquarters, Steel, Ego, Craftsman, Toro, DeWalt.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, as a ticket-paying sports fan, I must tell you that it's been long my belief that the only thing worth throwing onto the field to play are insults, declarations of support, or graphic instructions aimed towards underperforming referees and officials. But beyond that, I keep my hands to myself. And yet, tossing stuff onto the playing surface is a long-standing sports tradition that many schools and teams are trying to curb. This week, both the Kansas Jayhawks and the Red Raiders of Texas Tech were fined $25,000 apiece by the Big 12 Conference following last Saturday's game in Lubbock, Texas. During the game, Texas Tech clobbered Kansas by a lopsided score of 42-17. And while that doesn't seem to be most concerning thing in the Big 12 agenda, the conference apparently does have a problem with fans who were in attendance that day. Specifically, the Big 12 is upset that fans were throwing tortillas onto the field. While tortilla tossing is, in fact, a long-standing Texas Tech tradition, the team was told to cease and desist. Of course, there were other things tossed on the field as well, such as a pocket knife and other projectiles. At the end of the game, little dust-up between Kansas head coach Lance Leipold and Tech head coach Joey McGuire, which Leipold chastised McGuire for the behavior of their fans, and that may have led, ultimately, to the fine. Now, I don't know how any head coach can prevent a stadium of 56,000 people from wasting perfectly good tortillas. Nor do I know what makes the Big 12 Conference think that a $25,000 fine is going to put a stop to it. Because it seems to me that if you have a kid paying $50,000 to $60,000 a year for an education, he or she isn't going to be all that concerned that the institution that's taking all their money away is going to have to pay a fine, no matter how big it might be. In fact, I think it only serves to motivate the fans to waste even more delicious tortillas. Sure, throwing the pocket knife is a bit irresponsible, but throwing tortillas amidst a $25,000 fine? That's just good, clean fun. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Bob is a man of steel, the steel trained technician of the Agawam Rockies. Yes, even the mighty orange and white occasionally need service and repairs. And Bob is your guy, a steel trained tech in Agawam. And you'll find one at every Rocky's Ace Hardware location. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock. It's just about 7:11 and Poison with Bax and Nagle at Rock 102.
It is going to be a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 62 today. It's 50 right now in downtown Springfield.
You know, it ain't just tonight where you got the big comedy show at MGM. There's also another big comedy show coming to Comics at Mohegan starting tonight throughout the weekend. Comedian T.J. Miller is going to be there along with our friend Brian Plum.
Ah, Brian Plum.
You remember that guy, don't you?
I remember that guy.
You remember T.J. Miller?
I do remember T.J. Miller. He was on that. It was William Shatner on that show with the.
No, Steve. That's T.J. Hooker.
No, it was that other show with Abe Vigoda and.
That's Barney Miller. Barney Miller.
I don't know who you're talking.
You don't know who you're talking about. Well, he's on the phone with us right now. It's T.J. Miller. Good morning, T.J. How you doing?
How are you doing, man?
Good. You're coming to Mohegan this week. Our buddy Brian Plum is your normal opener. Is he gonna be opening for you this weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. He's the best. I love that guy. He's so funny, and he's just such a great guy.
Are we talking about the same Brian Plum?
Yeah.
No. We love him. We're just kidding.
I do like it. You know what he does, though? Now everybody says wild. That's like the new way that people say something is crazy or weird. And he was the first to do it. I just remember early on, he was like, wild. My wife thinks that she invented it, but he would always go, that's wild. That's totally wild. But he is really, really silly. He was in Philadelphia with me and Matt Bergman, who's another good friend of ours.
Yep, Matt's a good buddy of mine.
Yeah, Matt's great. And the three of us got tri-corner hats. And at the end of the show, we all came out and recited the beginning of the Declaration of Independence. And then I tore my pants off. So we do some fun stuff. I think he got tearaway pants also. Did you know that? Yeah, I think Brian got some tearaway pants. So at the end of our show at the Mohegan Sun Comics Roadhouse this weekend, we'll both tear our pants off.
That's
so why not?
No, that's the kind of showstopper you don't normally get at Mohegan. Even if it's any of the other places that you can see entertainment, rarely do you see someone rip their pants off.
I mean, it matches the whole Mechanical Bull aesthetic. I think. I think it works perfectly in that context. But I love that. I love a good roadhouse where I can do comedy. It gets crazy. It gets crazy because it's supposed to. It just has to.
They got quite a selection of things down there. You got the bull riding thing. Even before the comedy show starts, you have, I believe, there's a psychic medium show, and then there's a hypnosis show going on one of those afternoons as well.
Well, they hit you with Hard Out for the band on Saturday. That's always fun.
You don't want to see the Coyote Ugly girls jump up on stage.
That's exactly right. You got Coyote Ugly going on outside. You got Mechanical Bull. You got music blaring. It's like literally, I would say it's the worst place to do comedy, but it's definitely both challenging and kind of like, it's pretty fun. It's like a gauntlet test.
Yeah.
Like a trial by fire.
Well, and even
for a comedian, which I'm up for that. I'm actually pretty good at that.
And even with all that, you can still walk out and see somebody who just lost everything at a slot machine.
Oh boy, I know.
Yeah.
It's my joke is, and this is true, is that when you perform at a casino, you're performing for losers. because nobody who's winning in nobody who's gambling and winning is like stopping to go see a show. They're going to keep gambling, and so you're sort of in a room full of people that are like, this didn't really go how I wanted it to. That's an interesting group of people to perform for sure.
I gotta tell you, TJ, this is Marty. I'm actually a comic too. I gotta tell you, I was telling Bax here.
Hey Marty, how are you doing, man?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Good.
I was telling Bax, one of the coolest things I ever saw was when you did the special where you were all geared up for the special, but you started crowd working with that guy, and then you made the entire special about him, literally on the cuff.
Yeah, Dear Jonah.
Yeah, it was such a great, you see, in this business, you see people doing specials, but they're not truly special sometimes. But that to me was special. It had never been done before. It was great,
man.
Yeah, man. No, it was great.
That means a lot to me. I mean, it's that was an interesting thing where, and that's my most popular clip online for sure. It has like 10 million views, but it's just a great example of a moment where other comedians. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's called Dear Jonah. It's on my channel. It's very, 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 very fun. And this guy, I sort of go to talk to this guy, and he kept sort of interrupting, and the audience was great. And I go, this guy keeps kind of interrupting me. I'm just going to talk to him and sort of shut him down. And I ask him about his cargo pants, and he goes into this long diatribe. Clearly, he's kind of got something going on.
Yeah.
Later, I'd find out he had multiple sclerosis as part of it. But it's just somebody who was a little special, if you want to say it that way.
Yeah.
And it was just an interesting moment where he kind of goes on and says, well, I like cargo pants. I don't necessarily keep anything in them, but I like the way they feel, so I just wear them. And it's just this moment where the audience, you can just feel it. The audience is like, what is TJ going to do? Is he going to make fun of this guy? Is he going to be mean to him? Is he And I just immediately say, like, I just want you guys to know that I'm not going to make fun of this guy. This is just a listening part of the show where we learn about people. And it's just the tension from the room totally explode with laughter, but the tension goes away. And it tells you a lot about me as a person. Because I make fun of the audience a lot, but I've never been mean. I'm never mean. I think that's actually quite strange when people.
But you want to be mean.
That route.
Don't you want to be mean?
Yeah. Do I want to be not to a guy who's developmentally challenged?
Well, no, I'm not talking about that. But don't some people just make you want to be mean?
Yeah, but in that case, I'm mean.
Yeah.
No, okay. Like, it's what happens is you just deal with people who you kind of. I'll sort of play around with them for a little while, but then once they've just kind of gone too far, that's when I just shut them down. But I'm very, very good at that. That's why I like the Comics Roadhouse. There's going to be a lot of that there.
That's what I was going to say. It's a great room to kind of riff and improv in. And like you said, from that clip, you saw two things. Number one, that you're so fast on your feet that you realized there was something a little bit different with this gentleman. And then number two, you realized the audience was on the edge waiting for that. And you were like, no, I'm just going to let you guys know. I'm not going to do what you think I'm going to,
But you know what?
It's not about that.
A lesser comic would be sitting there going, I got 15 minutes on being mean to developmentally disadvantaged people. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, right, exactly. They're like, where do we even start? No, but I think that's, I don't know. I want comedy shows to be funny first and foremost. I don't want anybody to leave, not feeling great unless it's a white woman who won't stop yelling that it's her birthday. But outside of that, I just like people to have a good time and enjoy themselves, and that's it. So, yeah.
Very good.
Very good. TJ Miller's going to be at Comics Roadhouse in Mohegan Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. TJ, it's great to talk to you. Brian Plum from Longmeadow is your opener. It's going to be great night of comedy.
Yeah, he's great. He is really, really fun, and he gets better every time I see him. He says a lot of bad things about you guys. But
sure.
He thought it might affect, his ability to go on the radio program with you. But outside of that, it's going to be great to have him.
The feeling is mutual.
I'll pass that off to him as well.
We regret every appearance he's ever been on.
Oh, my God. You know what? I can't stay. Every time he comes in here, I'm like, oh, my God, it's Brian Plum again.
Yeah, how did this happen? You literally are going to yourself like, how did this happen?
Yeah,
how did I get in this situation? That
it seemed like a good idea on paper.
Yeah. It's like having the best Tonight Show lineup and then Brian Plum. Like, you got to bring everything down. So, good luck with your shows this weekend, TJ.
His autobiography, Brian's autobiography is and then Brian Plum.
TJ Miller, great to talk to you. Have a great time this weekend at Mohegan.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on. I'll see you at Comics Roadhouse, everybody.
There you go. TJ Miller with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock at 727. Paul McCartney with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 56. It's 37. I said 50 before. It's still 37 degrees out there.
Yeah,
it's still pretty chilly.
It's cold.
Yeah.
Scott Zolak's going to be joining us next hour, brought to you by Window World of Western Mass. There's loads of stuff to talk with Scott about the first place New England Patriots. So we'll be talking about that just after 8 o'clock.
All right. We were looking up a couple of things here. The Mesa Buffet on Liberty Street in Springfield. And I'm watching this video online, and I'm like, man, that looks good. And it's like it's a Latino buffet. It's Puerto Rican food. It's got pernil. It's got shrimp.
Dominican food, too.
Dominican food, too. There you go. stew ribs, fried pork chops, stewed pork chops, pork tripe, chicken soup, seafood soup,
the
blood sausage. Ooh, blood sausage.
Everyone loves a good blood sausage.
That's
I've never been there.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna go.
I gotta tell you, even the prices are pretty decent.
Yeah, it says lunch $14.50, and then dinner even on the higher price night. Monday through Thursday it's $17.99, and Friday through Sunday it's $20.99 for a buffet dinner. That's a better deal than going to whatever that other place is over there in West Side there.
You know, we go through phases. You know, when we go out, and it's like sometimes we'll go to like one place for a while, or a couple different places that we put on the thing. I'm always looking for something new.
I know. I was eating back in the winter too much sushi. Like it was like anytime we'd go out there, let's grab a roll from this place. It gets old after a while.
I love sushi, but I don't love it to do it every single day.
So I got to try this place out. Yesterday, by the way, big fans of ours down at the Sunny Side Up joint in West Springfield.
Where's that?
It's in the plaza. It used to be I think it was called Bottega Cucina. It's in the little, right next to the milk plant there. There's a little plaza with a Daily Mart, or whatever it is, and then right next to it is the old Bottega Cucina. It's Sunny Side Up. It's like Polish breakfast.
Sure.
I stuffed my face with a galumki yesterday and a bowl of Bigos.
Bigos.
There's something about this place, particularly. You ever have Bigos? It's a Polish stew. It's like
I probably have, but didn't know that it had a specific name.
It's almost like sauerkraut with like meats and stuff like that. And it was there's something about it from this particular place that's so good. I've had Bigos at other locations of Polish restaurants, but this one, it's I have like certain Polish places to go.
Sure.
So like that would be the place I'd go get the Bigos.
After another place in West Springfield that we went to a couple of times now. Nice little place. After my colonoscopy, we went to the Roundabout in West Springfield.
Where is that?
By the Roundabout.
Get out.
By the CVS.
Is it? What did it used to be?
I don't remember what it used to be. A little tiny place.
Yeah.
Had myself a nice patty melt with some onions and mushrooms on it. Ooh, man, good stuff.
Did you ever go to the Celery Stalk?
Probably 30 years ago.
Did the guy ever yell at you at the Celery Stalk?
He didn't yell at me, but I saw him yell at somebody else, and that's why I haven't been to the Celery Stalk in 30 years, even though I have to say my lunch was delicious.
I saw somebody I knew do a video about that place, and they're like, and that guy raised his voice, and he said, and I was like, that's the beauty of it.
That's what makes it so great.
You go in there, and the guy, he doesn't have any nonsense. He doesn't have time for nonsense. What do you want? That's all he wants to know.
He's busy.
Yeah,
you can't blame him.
And
it's kind of like like going to the White Hut. Not that there's anything rude about it, but there's a certain protocol.
You got to know what you're doing.
You got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's not complicated, but you gotta have to know.
You got to know what you want, and you got to do it quickly because there's other people. There's other hungry people waiting in line. Same thing with the Celery Stalk. That guy, and it was funny because this girl was like trying to make this video, like, man, this guy sucks. No. The guy's been in business for like 40-something years. Right. It's working. Whatever it is, it's working.
And people go because lunch is usually quite delicious.
It's quite delicious, and it comes out quickly, and that's what you want.
Yeah.
You want something good. You want it to come out quickly, and you get a side of attitude with every order.
A couple other places we've been trying a lot lately. Saray 2 on Allen Street. Ooh, that's good.
Never been there.
Fantastic. A little bit more on the Center Square Grill here in town.
What is that? What kind of fare is that?
Saray?
Yeah.
Turkish.
Turkish.
It's wicked good.
Do they have turkey there?
I don't believe turkey is actually on the menu, just food from the country of Turkey, and it's very, very good.
All right.
Yeah, those are some places that we've been going lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just find it funny that somebody tried to cancel the guy who's like uncancelable. They all know who he is. Like anybody who lives in that town of West Springfield,
they know.
That's the guy. It's a good sandwich. And it comes with a side of attitude with it.
But you know what?
Yeah.
That's the extra ingredient that you don't always expect.
It sets the ambiance for the place.
It sure does.
Yeah.
It's 7:33. News is next on Rock 102. 7:35 of Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news. It's brought to you by Health New England. They're here with you every step of the way. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. On Wednesday evening, the Holyoke Police Department closed down the area of Bemis and Meadowview roads due to a water main break. Nice going, Bemis.
Is there a butt head involved?
Yeah, well, probably somebody butt their heads against the pipe. Holyoke DPW crews were making repairs and reminded the public that water services in the area will be temporarily shut down during that time. That's when they fire it back up and you get all that sludge that comes out.
Oh, yeah, I like that sludge.
That's some good stuff.
Good sludge.
Lovely slush. Let's see. Around 3:30 p.m. yesterday, the Springfield Fire Department responded to a two-vehicle accident at the intersection of Marengo Park and Belmont Avenue. Western Mass News was on the scene and in Mange to capture this image of the accident scene.
Who had mange in this story?
That's what I'd like to know. Is it managed? Is that the word you were looking for?
That could be.
Western Mass News also reached out to the Springfield Fire Department for comment, who said rescue crews had to extract one person from the driver. Was the driver clenching one of the victims of the accident?
Did he mange to get out of it okay?
I guess so. There was no word on the severity of the injuries at this time. Mange. That's some pretty serious stuff there.
Yeah, because usually that requires a few shots, very expensive visits to the vet. You can't get out of a vet for like less than 500 hours these days. Those shots are very expensive.
You remember when Arnold got bit by the dog and Mr. Drummond told him he had to get 20 shots in the stomach for the rabies shots?
Oh, that's right, Arnold. You'll need 20 shots in the abdomen.
That's right. Hey, you do a pretty good Phil Drummond.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Been working on that, actually.
That and the other guy from Punky Brewster. George Gaines.
Punky, you'll need 20 shots of the abdomen.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Thank you.
You're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, I'm a man of 1,000 voices.
What other ones can you do from the sitcoms?
I don't know. Yeah. I'm working on a few.
What about your Mr. Belvedere? Or your Bob Euchre?
I don't really have a Bob Euchre.
You should do a Bob Euchre. You have a good voice for a Bob Euchre.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't do it.
What are you talking about? You're the man of 1,000 voices, too.
I don't know. Every time I do it, it sounds like our former boss. I can't.
That doesn't sound anything like Euchre.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
He's not so in the back of the throat, really.
I can't do it. It's not.
Yeah, I can't do it. I mean, Euchre's like a one of a kind.
A wereman.
Wereman
Was arrested for allegedly stealing a bike belonging to a 13-year-old girl and her 9-year-old brother. After an investigation last week, police found Corky Shipper of Ware with the bike and arrested him. Hey, Corky, you seen a bike around here? You mean this one? After that, officers returned the bike to the girl. Police are investigating whether Corky stole the bike himself, which could bring him additional charges. Oh, Corky. Again?
I feel like there needs to be some laugh track behind that every time you say, "Oh, Corky."
Oh, Corky.
Did you get in trouble again?
Well, let's see if we can get a laugh track again. Let's do this live on the air.
Okay,
And,
all right.
Get a laugh track going. Try searching. Okay, laugh track. Sound effect. Let's see if we can get this in here. All right, ready?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, Corky.
So that's the thing. All right, let's read the story again.
Okay. Yes.
Where is that story? The where story?
Their story.
No, I'm looking for it. Why can't I find it now?
You were just reading it.
I know, but I don't know if it like.
Hell, Steve.
Oh, Corky.
Oh, there we go.
Damn it. Corky, did you steal that bike again? Yeah, Corky Shipper from where? Oh, I've heard of him before. Well, how do you know it's him? Well, can't you see his knuckles dragging as he walks down the street? That's our Corky.
You better go help your brother Corky. He got his head stuck in there again.
Oh, there you go.
If I've told Corky once, I've told Corky 100 times. Don't put the plug in your mouth.
Man, all the misunderstandings that happen around Corky Shipper. It's the Corky Shipper Show. From where? What are you going to... On tonight, on a very special episode of Corky Shipper, a bike gets stolen from a child in where?
And everyone blames Corky. Corky, did you steal that bike? What you talking about?
Do you know why I stole the bike? And
No.
it didn't move?
Why?
Because it was too tired.
There he goes again. That Corky.
Bad Corky. You could make a sitcom out of half
Of course you
these.
could.
Yeah.
Corky's a good name for a sitcom character.
Yeah. It would be Dom at 8 o'clock. And then at 8:30, it's a new show, Corky. So it's Corky Shipper Show.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
On tonight's episode of Corky Shipper, Corky gets himself in a bind that he can't get out of. But I didn't mean to steal the bike. Well, what are you going to do out and where today when you don't have a bike, Corky? I'm going to take a walk with the Hawkman. You see, that's funny because
You see.
he can't walk.
oh, Corky.
Oh, Corky. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 56. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 62. It's 39 in downtown Springfield. Don't go away. Corky Shipper will be back next.
Rock 102 Springfield Classic Rock. It's 7:48 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
There's something we can't talk about on the air, but that will be one of your jokes tonight at the Mayflower Marathon Comedy Show.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Last time you provided two and Marty provided nothing. I'm
sure
not worried
he's-
about you, but
He's probably going to provide nothing again.
yeah, that's probably my guess, but I would like to see him show a little bit of effort in this tonight's comedy show.
But he didn't.
No, I
he
know.
didn't show it last time. I don't. And you know what? He. The funny thing is the reverse of that. Remember we were going to do show and tell the other day?
Yeah.
He brought his show and tell item and actually left it here, and then we didn't bring a show and tell item.
So next week, show and tell.
Yeah.
Or unless we forget again. Well, we'll see how whether he steps up to the plate tonight.
We will see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Hey, this week on Baxi's Musical Podcast, my guest is the legendary Daniel Ash. Played with the Love and Rockets and Bauhaus. Got a brand new band that's about to put up their first album on Halloween Day, Ashes and Diamonds. Absolutely fantastic. Really cool interview. Next week, my guest, this is really something. Chris Spedding, one of the maybe one of the most in-demand guitar players in British history. Played with Jack Bruce, Paul McCartney, Elton John, Harry Nilsson, Brian Ferry of Roxy Music. Also the guy that produced the first demos for the Sex Pistols. A really fascinating guy, an amazing guitar player. He's my guest on Monday on Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, the Rock 102 app, all brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at Chicopee, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really, really good one.
I think I would be interested in listening to that.
The guy, he's the kind of guy that I got like a good 45 minutes out of, but I could have talked to him for like 9 hours and not even scratched the surface of what that guy's accomplished.
Oh, you're like a middle school kid with a crush. Oh, I can stay on and talk to you all night long.
Well, I didn't fanboy the guy, but I mean, it was a respectful conversation, but nevertheless, really cool.
You should have fanboyed the guy.
Yeah, I try not to do that if I can help it. I try not to make anyone feel terribly uncomfortable. That's only happened 9 or 10 times, and I think that's pretty good after 5 years of doing this.
Yeah, I think you're on a good track record.
Oh, on a good clip, you could say.
Here's a story. A man discovered a network of tunnels and rooms under his home filled with stained blankets and creepy spaces. Yikes.
Yikes.
The underground area had mold and stagnant water, making it hard to breathe. Users on Reddit joked about turning the space into a haunted house or a bar, but the man found it too costly to renovate. Some users speculated about the history of the underground rooms, noting the presence of old heating systems and cautioning about potential hazard like asbestos. Asbestos? We worried about the ghouls and the ghosts and the goblins and everything in there.
Well, there are some people who will tell you, Steve, that stuff doesn't exist, but asbestos is very much real.
That's what they want you to believe.
Sure, right? Because it's the mitigation of asbestos is a very lucrative business.
Did you ever have like a haunted thing in your house, like a weird thing that nobody could explain?
Not in my house. I used to work at a place where a guy had apparently killed himself on the job.
Yeah.
And late at night there'd be like weird things going on, but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But some people always said it was that guy's ghost. I'm like, I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
I had a friend who's like, if you went in one particular room of their house, at nighttime, you could hear like a TV. You couldn't understand what was coming out of the TV, but it sounded like somebody was watching a TV, and nobody was watching a TV.
What were they watching?
I don't know. There was just sounded like voices coming from, like it was coming from another room, but there was nobody ever in the house watching a TV or listening to a radio, and it was kind of weird.
Steve, there's a strange phenomenon all over the world that none of us can really explain. It's part of the mysteries of life. Are ghosts real? Zombies?
Well, I ain't afraid of no ghost.
I'm not afraid of no ghosts either, at least not yet.
I know. I'm just saying. There's scary things out there.
There's some scary things in this building, too.
Yeah, like that sun blasting through the...
You want me to take care of that for you?
You don't have to do it right now.
I can do it right now.
The sun is blasting through the window of the studio.
It's like I can see it like splashing on your face.
Does it sparkle my eyes?
That's more like a cataract.
Yeah. Oh, is that
than
what
a
that
sparkle.
is? Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I need a cataract for? I got a Lincoln.
If only we were able to talk about what we can't talk about on the air.
I wish we could talk about that. And you know what? Maybe we'll talk about it tonight at the show. Do you want me to lead it off and then give you the joke?
Nah, it's okay, Steve. Yeah. It's okay. But the thing about that particular. Let me just give you a little bit of background. So Steve's telling me about the story. He says, hey, did you read about the story about blah, 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 blah?
Yeah.
And then that's when the jokes start. And the problem is the story, while technically a news story.
There's nothing really funny about it.
There's nothing funny about it. It's actually a disgusting, sad, tragic story. But you and I are such heartless bastards that we found that one kernel of information that, for whatever reason, we couldn't stop making jokes. Boom, 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 boom. And there was like, it's 10 seconds before we go on the air, and both of us are like, choking for our breath.
Yeah. Well, because we come up with some pretty good jokes about these things.
Good God.
But we can't share them with we can't share them here. I don't even know if you'd be able to share that on stage.
I don't think you can. And I also don't think that even if you tried to recreate that conversation, it would have the same offensive magic that it had right before we went on the air.
Yeah.
It's what a shame.
I know. I can't even. I'll give you the premise of it.
Yeah.
It was an ex-girlfriend who provided a gift that was unreturnable.
Right. So unreturnable that the boyfriend said, whoa, this is not a gift I can return.
This might be a red flag.
Yeah. I'm afraid that this relationship might have to end.
Yeah. But hey, at least Yeti's getting some clout on
exactly
the news right now.
Yeah, I think it's time to start seeing other people.
You think so?
Yeah, at that point, I think.
You think maybe?
I don't see a future for us.
I don't know.
Really.
The prime delivery joke I came up with was pretty good. Oh, that was pretty good. You wait a couple days.
I kind of like my line.
Yeah,
I don't know. That was a good one.
Well, yours was pretty good too.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Saying.
Yeah,
I think we could come up with some pretty good jokes that we can't tell anybody.
This is really between you and I.
I think even if we did like one of those after show things, the little mini podcasts like a lot of shows do, and like talk, we can't even talk about it then. Like it would.
It's instantly cancelable.
Cancelable.
Totally
it's a very
cancelable.
cancelable thing.
Like a whole population of people would say, you really shouldn't be joking around about stuff like that.
And you'll hear about it tonight at the MGM Mayflower Marathon Comedy Night with Tom Cotter.
It's 7:56 at Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Outdoor Power Headquarters, Steel, Ego, Craftsman, Toro, DeWalt.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, I'll be honest. The sedentary lifestyle that I have enthusiastically embraced during my adulthood didn't just happen overnight. This is something that took years to develop. In fact, I think you could go all the way back to the early 1980s when I first began my quest for aggressive inactivity in high school. And I was certainly proud of it at the time. It appears as though I could never have gotten away with that today. And that's primarily because that might have a negative effect on my earning potential. According to reports this morning, a lawsuit has been filed in the state of Ohio by Jameer Brown, a high school junior, who is not only listed as the top-ranked wide receiver in the country, he's already committed to playing at Ohio State after he graduates in 2027. In this lawsuit, Jameer's lawyers argue that due to his current marketability and earning potential, he should be allowed to benefit from his name, image, and likeness while still in high school. Currently, the Ohio High School Athletic Association prohibits high school athletes from receiving these kinds of benefits. Yet Jameer Brown argues that their policy unlawfully suppresses his economic liberties, his freedom of expression, and restrains competition in the marketplace. He also claims that by lifting the ban on NIL opportunities, he could earn as much as $100,000 per year. Folks, I can barely get my high school-age children to wash a dish, never mind setting up a lucrative marketing strategy or a sound financial plan. Listen, I'm sure Jameer Brown's got all kinds of earning potential, but if you had given me $100,000 in high school, I cannot guarantee that I would have spent it wisely. What's next? Reverse mortgages for 7th graders? Bitcoin strategies for toddlers? Why not conduct financial seminars geared towards fetal stage investors? Listen, kid, you got a lifetime of potential financial growth ahead of you. $100,000 might get you a PS5 in every room in your parents' house, but that sort of money really should be held by people who have at least finished puberty. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Three things are certain in this world. You know the first two. The third is fall cleanup. Happens every year. It's unavoidable. That's why you got to go to Rocky's. They got everything for fall cleanup. Brakes and bags and blowers and mowers, chainsaws, string trimmers. They got the whole thing. If Rocky doesn't have it, you don't need it. You'll find it at Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock. It's 8:10 and Thin Lizzy with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be a mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 56. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 62. It is 39 right now in downtown Springfield.
Scott Zolak's Window into the Pages would have been brought to you by Window World of Western Massachusetts, windows, doors, sidings, and more. But unfortunately, Scott is sick today. He will join us tomorrow, 8 o'clock instead.
Sick?
Yeah, he got the sniffles.
Why don't we just have him on at Friday at 8 o'clock? It seems to be his preferred time anyway. Because Thursday is a Dunkin' run.
Yeah, right.
Friday seems to, and last year, he's like, I think I like Fridays better. Maybe we should move it to Friday.
Well, we can talk about it tomorrow, or I can reach out to him. But he's sick. Let the guy heal. Says he's got a fever.
I got a fever, and the only prescription is
more Zolak.
More Zolak cowbell. We were talking about food earlier.
Yeah.
And I don't know why Mass Life does this. A local Mexican restaurant chain. The local is meaning out in Framingham. Like, that's how local they're talking about.
That's not local. That's a regional.
But a local Mexican restaurant chain is honoring Talktoberfest with a gargantuan food challenge for taco enthusiasts. Margarita's restaurant is challenging diners to take on their 12-inch, 2-pound taco gigante from now until the end of October. The hefty handheld is filled with 4 meats: chicken, pork, ground beef, and bacon, and stuffed with cheese, salsa fresca, refritos, lettuce, and rice. The taco gigante is topped with queso, jalapenos, and picante sauces. Those who tackle the 2-pound taco will win free taco weekly for an entire year.
All right. You know what? If you're eating a taco like that, and I'm looking at the pictures here on Mass Live, the last thing you're going to want is a year's supply of tacos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not much of a... Usually what you get is a really cool T-shirt and your name on a wall.
Yeah, that would be the better prize other than more tacos.
Because, listen, the taco looks terrific. But the reality is, you mean, how many tacos are you really going to want to eat from the same place?
Yeah, how many tacos can you eat per week?
I mean, I could eat tacos several times a week. I love tacos. Mm-hmm. Who doesn't love a taco? Tacos are fantastic. But, I mean, after a 2-pound taco, I'm gonna hold off on tacos for a few days.
Well, I never got that done dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but the last time I had a 2-pound taco.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It had jalapeno peppers on it.
You ever do one of them food challenge things?
I never did. Never had the inkling to do one. Did you?
I tried twice.
Yeah. What was it?
Once. Well, the one that was unsuccessful was in Illinois, and that was one of them big 72-ounce steaks.
Yeah.
Like me and a buddy thinking, like, well, let's go and let's get this big the big 96er.
Yeah,
he said it was 72, and I couldn't eat that much.
It's just
of
too
it.
much
It's
food.
it's too much.
Yeah.
So then it costs us an arm and a leg to get a steak that big. But you know what? If you ate it, you get it for free and you get your name on a wall. The one that was successful at was a chili restaurant, also in Illinois, Springfield, Illinois, and it was like this bowl of. It wasn't even a chili, a bowl of chili. It was an incendiary device. It was like nuclear type of hot.
Yeah.
And I ate it. I ate the whole thing, and I got my name on the wall. And I believe to this day, my name may still be up there because they wrote everybody's name that ever tackled this chili. And it was hot.
Yeah.
But it wasn't impossible.
Yeah.
Until several hours later. That was impossible.
I used to when I was in Syracuse, I used to be a short order cook at this bar called Munchies. Munchies had it was like wings and sandwiches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the chicken wing thing, the people of Buffalo, back in the late 70s or something, somebody came up with that Buffalo thing. So then by the 90s, everybody was trying to come up with their new wing sauce or whatever. And this guy who I worked for, Munchie himself.
Munchie.
Yeah. I don't know why they called him that. I never knew why they called him Munchie.
Probably better not to know.
Maybe. Some things are better left unseen.
Like he may have been caught doing something, and forevermore he was known as Munchie.
Well, here was the weird thing about Munchie. Munchie was a recovering alcoholic who owned a bar. So you figure, and he was like a dry drunk.
Oh, yeah.
The ones that still had the attitude even after not having a drink for X amount of years, and he would throw things at you. It was really a hostile work environment.
Right.
But other than that, he had these chicken wings that were out of this world.
This sounds like the guy that was caught eating something that he absolutely should not have eaten while he was drunk in a blackout.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. That's probably how he got the name Munchie. I'll have to ask some other people that I know how he got the name Munchie. But anyway, Munchie had this sauce that he would get from the Adirondacks. It was some kind of one of those roadside stands.
Right.
Or some guy made it out of his house, and it was this super hot wing sauce. It wasn't meant for wings, but he put it on the wings.
Sure.
Because it was almost like corrosive.
What was it normally meant for? Like paint stripping?
Pretty much. And it was pretty damn hot. You'd take a little bit on a toothpick and you'd put it on your tongue and it would be burning for hours. So he did this eating challenge thing. How many wings can you eat?
Right.
And obviously it went from number 1 to and it was going on for about 7 years to 8. There was somebody who ate 8 of those wings with that sauce. That's how hot this stuff was.
Only 8.
Only 8.
Wow.
And the idiots that would come in and try the challenge were the ones that were drunk.
Oh yeah, that's the kind of thing you can only do when you're drunk.
And I just remember this one guy on a Super Bowl Sunday decided, well, I've had enough Jaeger bombs, and I've also had enough Killian's Irish Red.
Yes.
And some pickled eggs, and some ham hocks from the bar.
So many good decisions made in a single night.
Let me try the wing challenge. And he did two. He did two.
Yeah.
And then he proceeded to refund the meal behind the pinball machine. It was probably one of the grossest things I ever had to clean up in my life because I was like the utility guy. Like you were also the janitor and the short order cook, and you had to change clothes, and it was probably one of the most awful things I had ever witnessed as far as human functions go.
That's the unspoken reality of food challenges.
Yeah.
Is that sometimes it repeats on you.
Yeah.
And all over the facility. I mean, I remember one that I did at a radio station years ago, and it was like a McDonald's cheeseburger eating contest.
Yeah.
And you know what? It was an innocent thing. McDonald's was all into it. In fact, it was McDonald's that came to us. Listen, we'd love to do a cheeseburger eating challenge.
Hey,
and we think it'd be a great idea if your listeners ate cheeseburgers for 10 minutes to see how much they could eat.
Get your fattest listeners out. We're ready to wrangle up these bad boys.
We had five contestants.
Yeah.
Only one person failed to throw up. 4 out of 5 all threw up. And you know what? That guy that didn't throw up was the automatic winner, but I don't think he ate the most cheeseburgers. I just think he was the one that kept it down.
Was it like the castor oil scene in Stand By Me?
It is exactly like that.
That was so disgusting.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And we had buckets.
Yeah,
because you have to have it.
See that to me, that's not an enjoyable afternoon out watching somebody do that to themselves.
It's not only not enjoyable, but if you are in the throes of an overeating food challenge, you don't always have the best aim. If you know what I'm talking about, because you're basically more worried about the panic than you are about the placement. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you got to be very careful with the food challenges and try not to eat anything beforehand.
I could eat a 2-pound taco, I think.
I think I'd have a hard time with 2 pounds. I mean,
well,
in spite of my size, I think I would have a hard time with it.
But it would be you could probably win more easily doing that than like a 72-ounce steak or something like that.
Yeah, but I certainly wouldn't want free tacos for a year after doing something like that. I want myself a T-shirt. I want my name on a wall. Or a cash prize.
Yeah, the name on the wall. That would be, hey, look, I got clout.
Yeah, right.
But then somebody comes in, eats more than you do, gets their name on the wall.
That's the thing. And their name rises to the top of the list. You keep going further down and down until you're gone and forgotten.
All those people who tried to eat those hot wings couldn't challenge it.
I know.
The guy never got his name up on the board, by the way, because he expelled.
We used to host It was a wing eating contest at Eby's in Agawam. And there was a guy who won every year because it was kind of the strategy he had. He had a system. And I've never seen anyone have this system before, and it was brilliant. And there was no touching him. Like he'd win by like a mile. He just had a system down. Like a technique. And you know what it was? He would take the wing and you get like a big pan of wings, and then you take each individual wing and you shove it down towards the table. So all the meat would come up and be at the top of the wing.
Oh.
And he would just
pluck it right off.
Pluck it right off.
Oh, the guy had a system.
He had a system, and it was practically untouchable. I've never seen anybody else do it like that. And you know what? You'd be surprised how many more wings you can eat that way, rather than the guys who are like, chowing them down like they're, little miniature cobs of corn.
Yeah.
Which is how like most people eat their wings when they're at a restaurant. Nope. Boom. Pop. Done.
That's a good method to do that.
It was magical. I don't even know where this guy came up with that strategy, but it was absolutely inspiring.
You just made me remember that Boston Billiards used to do, I think it was 10-cent wing night.
Yes.
And they were like so tiny.
Yes. They were 10-cent size wings.
They were actually slightly bigger than a dime. So you actually got a little 11 cents worth of meat out of a 10-cent wing.
It was totally worth all that.
Yeah, but the food challenge thing, I'm not really. I'm too old for that to be doing this.
Yeah,
kind of
a guy your age, or my age, should not be even considering it. That's a total young man's game.
That's right. And this was in place of Scott Zolak today.
And if Scott's sick tomorrow, we'll talk about some other food challenge.
Another 2-pound taco.
It's 8:22 in Rock 102. New Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:29 and Bruce Springsteen, Rock 102.
Going to be mostly sunny today with a high of 55. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a high of 62 and a low of 37. It is 37 right now in downtown Springfield.
And what?
Oh,
I was gonna just go into the news, but if you got something going on,
yeah, what the hell? It's not like we have all the time in the world.
Yeah, that's true.
I was going to talk about because my kid plays the Barry saxophone, and
what's Barry doing without his?
He's lonely. He has no saxophone left. But
not at his age.
So I hear her practicing.
Yes,
and I don't want to know what the pieces are that they do every year.
Sure.
Because I like to be presented, for the first time when you go to the concert and, all that stuff. But she's been practicing a lot at home. And the other night, I'm like, man, what is that? I know that tune. What is that tune? What is that? Right?
Yeah.
They're practicing a Sly and the Family Stone medley, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it was I wanna thank you for letting me be myself again.
That's
and
cool.
I was like, all right, well now I know the surprise, but at least
still though, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I love hearing, especially things worked out differently in like a jazz bandy type of thing.
Well, I mean, to be honest, you can only do so many old standards in high school band, but you got a band director who's looking to go a little bit a little bit out there. That's awesome.
Well, they've done the Beatles. They've done some like hard rock stuff. It's weird. When I was in middle school and high school, the band people were like, they just played like the standards, the John Philip Sousa, the Stars and Stripes, things like that, which was impressive on its own. But then like the jazz bandy stuff, there's a lot more kids getting into that stuff, and they've changed it, and they've added more contemporary music to it. It's
kind of cool. But when I was in high school, I joined the high school chorus to meet girls.
Yeah,
it was an abject failure. But the guy that was in charge of the music teacher.
Yeah.
We were singing stuff like Earth, Wind and Fire, the Commodores, the Beatles, all kinds of stuff. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
It made it fun, to be honest.
Yeah.
To do songs like that were a little bit more contemporary, because Sly and the Family Stone, that music just came up about a week ago.
You joined chorus
to meet girls.
Yeah, because chorus just screams, masculinity and prowess.
No, it does not.
Yeah.
Not then, but that's why I went.
Although I got to tell you, man,
there were very few boys in that chorus, but a lot of girls in there.
One of my good friends from college was a gymnastics guy, short little guy. He was probably about maybe 5 feet tall, right?
Sure.
And built like one of them trapeze artist type of thing,
Yeah.
And we would jokingly make fun of him as a friend, going, "Oh, you're in the gymnastics with all the girls."
Mm-hmm.
But he was in gymnastics with all the girls. And so all these, here we are in college, and he would leave us and go sit with the table full of hot gymnastics chicks.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
You son of a bitch. We can't even get anybody to look at us in a way. Here you are.
Yep.
All these chicks hanging around you.
I remember in college, a bunch of male cheerleaders for Marquette basketball.
And you want to make fun of them, but they knew what they were doing.
First of all these guys were jacked.
Yeah.
So you
have to be.
Yeah, because you're tossing 115-pound women over your head.
Easy on the weights.
I know, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But the one who was a really good friend of mine always had like the most beautiful girlfriend you'd ever seen.
Yeah.
And when he was done with that one, he'd get one that was even more beautiful.
Yeah.
And because he was built like a brick crap house.
I was gonna say, you be careful with your words.
Yeah, I'm very careful. But so don't judge a book by its cover.
Well, I'm glad we ate up 5 minutes of news time to do that.
And we have news coming up next to Rock 102. Just about 8:37, Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Aquapump, an expert in all water supply systems from the well to the pump and into the house. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Arr, matey, it's porch pirate season in Holyoke. Navigating the seas of the sea anals in Holyoke, and all to become a part of an Amazon Prime package.
Aye, the porch was angry that day.
A Holyoke man has been arrested in connection with a series of porch pirate thefts after police acted on a community tip shared through social media. According to Holyoke Police Chief Brian Keenan, on Tuesday, October 14th, officers arrested 49-year-old Juan Coriano of Holyoke. You know, from the high seas, Corianos. Who was wanted for stealing packages from a resident's porch earlier this month. According to police, the investigation began on Wednesday, October 1st, when officers received reports of 2 stolen packages from a home on Hamden Street. Detectives identified Coriano as a suspect during their investigation and obtained a warrant for his arrest. At around 2:45 p.m. on October 14th, police received information from a post on the Hello Holyoke community forum. See, these things can be used for good, which included a photo of a man alleged to be stealing packages in the Sargent Street area. Holyoke PD recognized the individual in the photo as Coriano and confirmed he was wanted on an active warrant. He also had a hook hand and an eye patch. And a peg leg.
There's buried treasure in this Amazon box.
Oh, what do the sea anals of Holyoke hold? Sunken chests and buried treasures all along. Ooh, I found a lawn dart set disguised as a heroin needle. Summers located Coriano in the Hampshire Street area where he was taken into custody. He's being charged with an arrest warrant evasion and larceny under $1,200. They'll put me behind bars all day long, but they can never stop me from pirating the high sea anals of Holyoke.
I believe it's pronounced canal.
In your world, it might be canal, but in my world, it's the sea anal. We're going to swab the poop deck in the sea anal seas of Holyoke. You know, when they drain those sea anals, you can see all the buried treasure down below.
Quite a booty.
Oh, look, there's evidence from a crime committed years before on the high sea anals of Holyoke.
Anyhow.
I'm really glad we got to that story.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm glad we actually got to news.
Palmer. Lots going on out there. A suspect was detained in Palmer after allegedly assaulting 2 paramedics and escaping from an ambulance on Wednesday morning. The Palmer police states that on Wednesday at approximately 4:20 a.m., 4:20, we were talking about that earlier.
Yes.
The Ludlow police notified Palmer police that a person being taken to Bay State Wing Hospital had assaulted 2 Ludlow Fire Department paramedics and escaped the ambulance while on Palmer Road in Palmer. Officers, along with the Hampden County Sheriff's Office, the Mass State Police K-9 Unit, and the Wilbraham Police were sent to Palmer Road to locate the individual. The suspect was not located, and the search was temporarily suspended after approximately 90 minutes. At 6:16 a.m., a dispatch received a call from a resident stating that a man matching the suspect's description was standing on the Palmer Road Bridge. Officers located the suspect, who then ran away on foot. The suspect ignored verbal commands from officers and then became combative towards them. The suspect attempted to strike an officer. However, a taser was deployed, which allowed officers to safely detain the suspect. He was taken to Bay State Wing Hospital. He was continued to be taken to the hospital, but for a completely different reason. The Palmer Police Department will be filing all related criminal charges from the assault and the subsequent incident that occurred within the town of Palmer. The name of the suspect has not been released. 22 News has had this story about this missing kid up for quite some time.
Yeah.
And the kid has been found, and he has been found hours ago. So when you see the missing child poster, think twice before sharing that. and realize that this young man has been safely located.
Good.
So I just don't, why do they not update something so imperative?
Because I don't know if they've got a full-time employee dedicated to posting or taking things down from that website.
A full-time employee? Who's got that kind of money these days?
Well, nobody. But that's why I'm saying I can't confirm that that's the case. And if they found this person safe, then it may take until later today before someone gets around to removing that story.
For the first time, a rescue puppy is joining the comfort dog team that helps correctional staff in Massachusetts. The 4-month-old dog named Bandit helps support staff wellness and stress relief for those working for the Department of Corrections. Correctional staff face unique challenges in their work, and it's essential that we continue finding innovative ways to support him, the interim Secretary of Public Safety, Susan Terry, said in a press release. Research shows that spending time with dogs can lower anxiety, improve mood, and help people remain present in difficult moments. So the Comfort Dog program was launched. It has now been part of the DOC for about 6 years. So it's a nice way to get the little dogs in there to help the correctional. Those jobs are way stressful.
To be like a CO or something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause you're getting like threats from inmates.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting things thrown at you from inmates. You're getting just constant ridicule and stress all day long.
So these dogs, these comfort dogs, are for the employees, not for, say, the incarcerated.
Right. These are for the watchers.
Because those guys who are serving time, they're under a lot of stress too.
Yeah, they could use a comfort dog.
Why not? I mean, you think you got a whole day making license plates, or folding laundry, or making macaroni and cheese on a radiator. I mean, that's a lot. It's a lot in a day. I would think a guy who's serving time would like a little time with a dog.
Do they have a pet program over at
they might,
like Hamden County?
I think the dogs that a lot of them have in prisons around the country are mostly like drug sniffing dogs, those kinds of things. Those are not really comfort animals.
No.
They're like, they're working dogs. They're there for a reason. Those are serious dogs.
You're not supposed to touch them or pet them or.
No, you're not. In fact, I think you'd be wrong to do so.
I had one of them things barking at me the one time. Cop parked his canine car like at the grocery store.
Yeah. And
then obviously the thing's running. The dog is safe. It's but it's got the fans going and everything.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I get out of the car.
Where had you been consuming the devil's lettuce prior to this?
I had not. This was way before I was even doing the devil's lettuce.
But I was just judging you based on your character.
Based on what I look like. I guess I look pretty intimidating. Intimidating enough that this dog has seen a thing or two, knows a thing or two about a thing or two, and knows that I don't look to be on the up and up.
Well, Steve, you're a fairly tall, strapping young man. You got the bald head. You sometimes walk around with a scowl and a bad attitude. I can see where some people might be intimidated by you.
I have the male version of resting bitch face.
You do.
I do.
You do. You got man.
I can't change that. I can't. There's nothing I can do.
You got
about
man
that.
bitch face is what you got.
What is the equivalent?
I don't even know. Maybe it's out there.
Male equivalent of RBF. That's resting bitch face. There is no direct male equivalent to resting bitch face, but it is associated with Goliath syndrome. Where a man's intimidating physical presence, like being tall or muscular, leads others to perceive him as unapproachable, regardless of his actual demeanor. I have Goliath syndrome.
Like Davy and Goliath.
Yeah.
Gee, Davy, how come you're so intimidating?
How long was that show on for?
Well, let me look. That show, Davy and Goliath, was on from... It looks to me like it has been on from 1961 to 1973, maybe?
They had quite the affection for claymation back in the 60s and 70s, didn't they?
They sure did.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
The Year Without a Santa Claus?
Did you know that? Did you know that it was made by the same guy that did Gumby?
Wasn't it all Rankin Bass? Wasn't
Art Clokey was the guy's name. Art Clokey.
Art Clokey.
It was created by Art Clokey. Art did Gumby. He was the voice of Pokey, and he also did Davy and Goliath. I'm just learning this now. I had no idea.
That's pretty cool.
Makes you think, doesn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been dead for many, many years.
I like when Pokey's eyes would get all discombobulated.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Spin around. You're a pioneer. I'm glad we got to the hard-hitting news
Oh,
today.
man, thank goodness.
Arr! Today's Pioneer Rally forecast. It's going to be calm on the high seas of the sea annals of Holyoke. As you,
A lot of swashbucklers up there.
you're gonna get a sluice and sluice out all the vomit from the St. Patrick's Day Parade Road Race. You'll find a gem or a piece of a gold nugget or two in there.
I'm digging for Denny Suskovich's locker.
It's I don't know if anybody wants to see what's in Danny Soskovich's locker.
Oh, he's got some things wrapped up in the locker.
It's 42 in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:55. And Soundgarden with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
It is going to be sunny today with a high of 56. It's 42 right now in downtown Springfield.
The Mayflower Marathon Comedy Night is tonight at the Armory at MGM Springfield. It's going to be a great night of laughs with comedian Tom Cotter. You and I will be there along with comedian Corey G. It's all to benefit the Open Pantry, which the Mayflower Marathon is a little bit more than a month away, but coming up pretty quick. And so this is really the big kickoff. Now, we have a limited number of Mayflower Marathon Thunderbird hockey jerseys for sale. These are really, really nice. GG Inc.'s put them together. It's $20 in cash. There'll be a silent auction with great prizes from MGM, the Thunderbirds, and a lot more. And Dave Miner, one of the title sponsors along with Aquapump, Dave is going to be putting up, going to be matching cash donations up to $2,500, which is fantastic and very, very generous. All the profits go into the Mayflower Marathon and the Open Pantry. They desperately need your help this season. If you want to buy tickets, there are still some available at rock102.com. It's the Mayflower Marathon Comedy Night. Again, brought to you by Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements, Aquapump, and Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
It's going to be a fun night tonight.
I'm excited.
I'm really excited about it. Somebody asked me yesterday, hey, can I just run in and buy a shirt and then leave?
No,
you can't. You got to buy it because you need a ticket to get into said area where shirts are being sold. So you can't just go and buy one of those beautiful Thunderbirds jerseys by GG Inc.'s. Really spectacular for only $20, but you have to buy a ticket in order to get into the venue in order to buy the shirt. Now, you could just be a lazy, I don't know.
Careful.
I almost said slut, but I guess
I don't know if
that's not necessary.
A sign of a slut.
Well, I mean, you're kind of a slut if you're only picking and choosing what you want, not taking the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. No, I get that. Let's say you're like a hockey jersey hooer.
A hockey jersey hooer.
All right, that's better.
You can wait till Monday when they actually go on sale here at the radio station after 9 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
So,
I mean, I'm going to be wearing mine tonight. That's what I'm. That's what I'm wearing.
We're all going to look alike.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, they're really, really nice. But more importantly, the money raised is all going to a very, very worthy cause. And we do need your help, and we hope to see you there tonight. I'll tell you what, if you choose to say to yourself, oh, I'm not going to spend all that kind of money to go to a comedy show when I could easily go see one next Thursday for $20 and I get a dinner, let me tell you something. You're not going to get to see a comedian of Tom Cotter's quality anywhere but a place like this tonight at MGM.
Yeah.
Not to say that there aren't great comics going to the Shortstop every week, but this is a real special show. He doesn't come to the area all that often, and when he does, it is hilarious.
He knocks him dead
every time.
It's
a little pro.
And we're gonna look weird all dressed the same though.
It's all right. People expect that of us.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, you know.
Is it really that weird, though?
We're like, what are you, cutesy couple now? We're wearing the same clothes. Get all our kids to wear the same clothes.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, look, we're having a family picture. We're doing the family thing.
Yeah, see, but to me, that's like our work uniform. In a way. I mean,
but
we're representing the station. We're representing the event.
Yeah, but now we look like we're going to a hockey game, but we're also, I don't know, shopping at the same store.
Well, it's possible that we could. I'm just saying that on a night like tonight, where we're here to promote the sale of the shirt, to raise money for the open pantry, I think there's nothing wrong with us dressing the same.
Can we get flannel pajama pants so we can all take the nice holiday picture for the card this year?
Oh, that would be great. Yeah.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
We'll get the dog. We'll put a little reindeer.
Put a hockey jersey on him.
Oh, yeah. They love when they dress them up like that.
Let's send out a holiday letter along with it, too, so people know what we've been doing for the last 12 months.
All the big updates that we've had.
Because people care about what we've been doing for the last 365 days.
In January, it was Steve's colonoscopy. In September, it was Bax's colonoscopy. And
everything in between.
And everything in between.
It's 9 o'clock on Rock 102.